Hello, friends, and my dear students. Welcome back to the part 2 of Diagnostic Agent. In the part 1, we have already covered what do you mean by diagnostic agents, what are its types, and what are the mechanism how it will work for checking the functioning of various body parts. Also, we have seen the number of imaging techniques which uses X-ray and diagnostic agents. Now welcome to the part 2 of diagnostic agents. I, Mr. Prashik Dudhe, Assistant Professor, Sihangal College of Pharmacy, Vadgaon, Pune, will be explaining you the remaining part of diagnostic agents. Learning outcomes. After watching this video, the learner will able to understand what are radio opaque diagnostic agents, classification of diagnostic agents depending upon its chemical classification, its classification according to its solubility, and what are the agents which are used for organ function test. Learner will also able to understand what are the drug molecules used as a diagnostic agents. Now let's start with the radio opaque or X-ray contrast media. These are the substance which when administered to a patient improves the visualization of an organ or a tissue is called a contrast media. This agent has an ability to absorb the X-ray, that is opaque to the X-ray radiation. Now these compounds, what they do, they absorb the X-ray. When they are absorbing the X-ray, and when any object we want to create the image on the X-ray film, that becomes visible because those agents will absorb the radiation emitted by the X-ray machine, and after absorbing the radiation it can give us lighter or whiter shadow on the X-ray films, and from that image we can able to know whether these organs are properly function, whether these organs are properly in their place, what is the size, whether size is normal or not, or we can also observe if it is injected in the blood, whether this going to the specific artery, because these agents will going to tell us the path of exactly where they are moving also, because they absorb the radiation and they become visible in the X-rays. That's why its use in the medical field is so important and used in so many number of ways to detect the body functions. Now these agents are of two type. It can be either of inorganic or organic. In the initial days in 1924, the iodine was observed to be opaque to X-ray, but the inorganic iodine has number of side effects. That's why the inorganic iodines are now replaced with the iodinated organic compounds which are less toxic as compared to the inorganic iodine. For example, this is a iopanoic acid, which is an example of radio opaque substance. We'll be seeing more number of examples in the next slide. Now, the radiological contrast media are of two types. Positive contrast media, because these agents absorbs the X-rays, and negative contrast media, which are transparent to the X-rays. Means in case of positive contrast media, the X-ray which are coming out from the X-ray machine will be absorbed by these compounds and it will produce the image on the X-ray film. Suppose if this is the white portion, you can see the red portion there, it is showing the positive contrast media because it is getting absorbed over there. And in case of the negative contrast media, you can see this is the region, black region is of the X-ray film where it becomes transparent to that. So this is the how this two will work, and how the negative contrast media and the positive contrast media will provide us the two opposite type of image over the X-ray film. Now in case of positive contrast media, there are three types of positive contrast media: heavy metals and their salts, which are mostly inorganic in nature. Then comes the iodized oil and the C, which is the most important one and the most widely used compound as a positive contrast media, and the radiological contrast media is iodinated organic compounds. These organic compounds are further divided into two types: water soluble and water insoluble contrast media. In case of negative contrast media, the agents like air, oxygen and nitrogen, they will act as a negative contrast media. Now for the contrast media, it requires some specific or ideal characteristics. Now let's see what are those ideal characteristics. Number one ideal characteristic is its opacity. Radio opacity. Like iodine has a opacity of around 50, so it requires the opacity 50 or more than that to show the proper image on the X-ray film after getting absorbing the X-ray radiation. Then comes the water solubility. Its water solubility should be 40% and above to have the ideal for radio to be called it as a radiological contrast media. It should have low viscosity, no osmotic effect. Chemically it should be stable. It should have the minimum side effect and toxicity effect to the patient. Patient acceptance of the contrast media should be there. Then this agent should be readily available and also have the low cost, because all the radiological compounds, they are very costly. So the property of that is ideal property. It should be readily available and should have a low cost, so that we can patient can able it can be able to procure, and further it can be used for diagnosing the patient. Then comes the first type of radiological contrast media, which is inorganic in nature. These are heavy metals and salt, have high atomic number and radio opaque. For example, barium sulfate, BaSO4. This is the image of the barium sulfate, chemical structure of the barium sulfate. It has low systemic toxicity. It has low water solubility. It has a lack of osmotic activity, and these are specifically used for examination of GIT tract. Now this, while diagnosing in the GIT tract, these are introduced in the form of a suspension or a thick cream by using the oral route or through the rectal route. Now sodium citrate is added to stabilize the preparation while they are administered orally or a rectal route. Then its function is also enhanced with the help of using the sorbitol along with the barium sulfate. Second type of inorganic compound comes the metallic salt like tantalum oxide which is used for specifically bronchography, and barium titanate for stomach, small intestine, and esophagus detection, for radiological detection of stomach, small intestine, and esophagus. Then comes the ferrites. It has an opacity of about 80% and more than that of barium sulfate, so it is better than barium sulfate. It sometimes contains the another metals like copper, magnesium, nickel, manganese, and these agents are specifically used for bronchi, stomach, and small intestinal study. These agents will be introduced and then the X-ray is taken out to detect the function of this body parts. Then second type under the positive contrast media comes the iodized oil. Now these are the vegetable oils which converted into iodinated compound by iodination with the help of hydroiodic acid, which converts this oil into iodized oil. Now these are the iodized fatty acid derivatives which are yellow to amber color. These are easily decomposed in presence of light and air. When administered, it liberates the inorganic iodine in the body, which will be acting as a radio opaque substance, and it comes out from the urine, which can be easily observed. These are specifically used in the diagnostic like hepatography, lymphography, and hepatosplenography techniques. Then comes the third one under the positive contrast media, and which is the most widely used all around the world, which are organic iodine compounds. The first compound which is used in this class is iodophenolphthalein. This is the tetra iodophenolphthalein. This is used was the first agent which was used under this category, and in these agents the amount of iodine is important for the opacity, because that is the agent which is responsible for showing the opacity or absorbing the X-ray. Now these agents are further classified according to the water soluble contrast media and water insoluble